Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Casting the Spotlight episode number 207.
207. This is what? The 99th?
The 99th solo episode. So, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah, just past the Thanksgiving holiday. That was a fun one. Honestly, I actually had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like, just the Thanksgiving week in general. Because I had, like, a couple Thanksgivings. I think I kind of mentioned that on the last episode. But I had a couple Thanksgivings, but neither of them were actually on Thanksgiving. So, Thanksgiving, I kind of just, like, chilled and watched football. You know? And it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I thought we had some great games, honestly.
Yeah, we did.
Even the last game, which was a little more lopsided, like, it was still really exciting because, like, Joe Burrow coming back and just killing it and looking like Joe Burrow again was great.
It was cool to see that he, like, came back and just immediately came back.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was my favorite Thanksgiving of games ever, like, that I've ever watched.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we both had a great day.
Like
the Cowboys won, the Packers won, and then
both
the Bengals
our teams won.
So, I mean, I have no complaints at all. Well, not just that, both teams were in it. They were both exciting games.
Yeah, that's the thing. The early slot and with the Packers and the Lions, that was a hell of a game. And then the midday slot, Cowboys-Chiefs, that was a hell of a game too. Like, both those were contestable games all the way through. Like, the late game was a little bit of a runaway, like we were saying, but
it got to that point.
If you were a Ravens fan, you had one of the worst Thanksgivings because you waited all day, and then you didn't really have a whole lot of hope, even as the game started to get going. Like, at least if you were like a Chiefs or a Lions fan, there was hope throughout the game, you know?
Yeah.
You were still in it. The Ravens, it's like I waited all day on my Thanksgiving to watch my team get my ass whooped.
Yeah, they did. And they were trying to mount a comeback and put in some wins so they can somehow make the playoffs, but
see, it's just Lamar's not healthy, man. He can't be. He can't be. Like, this is not the Lamar Jackson that we've seen the past 2 to 3 years. He's been like MVP caliber the past few seasons.
Yeah.
And this year, he just like, he got hurt and then he came back, it felt like a little early. And
they reeled off some wins, but now they kind of look
trying to get him back in it. But against Joe Burrow and the Bengals, it almost felt like, even the defense played better.
Yeah.
When Joe Burrow was on the field. It's like, okay, he's here. We have hope to actually win some games.
Mm-hmm.
They rely so much on the man. How about you pay to protect him then? Get some good offensive linemen.
They try to improve it, but it's just, I don't know why they keep their scouting department's not that big, and they can't really. They just, I don't know. I guess like a plethora of things like go wrong every year, and like they just don't hit on some of their draft picks, and you would think.
I mean, you're an NFL team, bro.
You would think to hang on to somebody like Joe, though, they would put effort into like all those aspects and make sure he's protected every year. Because like the only way they can win a lot of their games is if it's a shootout and he just throws 4 touchdowns. You know.
I mean, if the defense plays the way they did against the Ravens,
yeah, that would be it. It would be cool.
Then the Bengals might go on a run. It really is a possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know what's to be said about the Ravens. They could, because they share a division, if the Ravens continue to win games outside of when they play the Bengals,
the city,
then it might be, I mean...
And the Bills.
That's the thing. KC and Buffalo, both of them at this point, don't even try to win your division. That's not even what you're going for. They're just trying to get to the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, and that's
'Cause
too many losses for good to great teams to rely on them to lose. You know
So
what
the
I mean?
Broncos and the Patriots, they're
coming
those
for you.
divisions are basically clinched.
Yeah. Patriots have been killing it, man.
They're both 10-2.
Yeah. Denver's defense is pretty wild though sometimes, so it's helped them a lot. And Patriots defense is pretty good though too. It always usually is. But that was a fun week, and I'm really excited for this week too, and this weekend. So we got some really good games on like Sunday. Just like there's a lot of good matchups, divisional matchups too. Bears Packers got flexed to Sunday night.
Game.
I think. Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be fucking killer.
Just this week is some big games.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, Cowboys Lions Thursday.
Yeah,
that's gonna be big. I don't know what Monday night is.
I know Packers Bears was a different time, and then they flex it to like because they're both in they're the oldest rivalry pretty much in the sport, and they have they're both
fighting for the division.
Yeah, fighting for the division, fighting for the playoffs, trying to fucking go on runs. And the Packers look
Bears
way
are
better.
The number 1 seed right now.
Yeah,
and if they lose to the Packers, they'll fall to the number 7 within 1 game. And if they win, I think the Packers fall maybe out for a moment. So
that's there's a lot on the line for this game. I can't wait though. I'm ready for the Packers to slap the Bears the fuck around in Lambeau Field. It's gonna happen. I don't want to hear it's not.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Man. We'll see how it goes.
Well, that's what we do.
I don't have a whole lot riding on the line. So
if there's one thing we do,
I don't care.
It is slap the Bears the fuck around.
I don't even have fantasy value really in this game. Not a fan necessarily of either. I certainly don't have a distaste for the Bears as much as you do. But
it's a bitter rivalry.
Yeah. I'm just kind of excited to see how it pans out.
It is cool because the Bears are actually like good this year. Mm-hmm. So, we'll see it.
I mean, they beat the Eagles. The Eagles
everybody is apart. Dallas beat them. Everybody's beating the Eagles though now.
I mean, yeah, just Dallas.
Everybody's beating the Chiefs now. Yeah.
Just Dallas.
But so
you're just saying Dallas is beating the teams that were in the Super Bowl last year? Is that what you're saying?
No, they are. I mean, that's a fact. It's not anything
in the matter of 4 days.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But we'll see. They're fighting, but they pretty much got to win out too.
I hope the Eagles just don't win another damn game. At this point, fuck.
Yeah. Well, due time will tell. We may get in a little more football later on, but I think it's time to start on our old, but also our newest segment. This or that, and tonight, of course, coinciding with the season, we drew the category of Christmas songs. Some of the classics, some of the ones that were written by a certain artist in particular, per se. Mm-hmm. But it'll all be thrown on the table tonight. But not any band you don't have to recognize specifically.
It's not a specific artist, just a song.
So yeah, just the songs in general. We've only done one other time that we did songs, and it was just rock, right? Pretty sure.
We did hip hop, I think, didn't we?
No, maybe not. No, because we only did rock, and I made yours 3 Days Grace, Animal I've Become, and I think you made mine what?
Living Dead Girl.
Yep, you're right. Okay, so, this time, focusing on the music, because we did do music albums actually too. You're reading first, actually.
Yeah, I believe I am.
Yeah. So, I'm going to just chill for a second.
All right.
As I answer.
So, this is a classic. We can talk about maybe who our favorite version of it is, but your main is going to be Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
All right. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a legendary one, though. Yeah. Because, the old Santa that you used to get, as a prop or whatever, and you could just press the button and he would dance and sing the song. We had one of those at the house, and that's what he would sing.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah. That's his song.
It is. It's his show, man.
Yeah.
Last year, we had a lot of respect for Santa. We gave Santa Slays his own episode. You know, I watched both the 1994 and 1947 Miracle on 34th Street.
Dude. 47, Chef's Kiss. Maybe my favorite holiday film.
I'm going to...
Santa Claus Coming to Town. You have a favorite version?
I might watch both of them again because I need
to watch the 94. It's been years.
The 94
I was
one.
A kid.
I had seen the 47 one a couple times at least, but throughout the years. But the 94 one until last year, I'd actually, to my knowledge, not seen unless it was on TV and I was just younger. And that was the one that I was like, that quote got me, and I was like, damn. I was like, that was a great. Way to say like his like the Santa symbolism, like because it's more than just meets the eye and good, more than just acting right and being like a decent person during the holidays, like, and like it went into, I'm like, just such a nuanced way of looking at it, and I was like, damn, I was like, just one morning, like, it just hit me, like certain things it takes a lot to like really get to me, but others like sometimes like whenever you listen to songs, think of like memories, stuff like that, or like watch movies. They can hit you in a way you don't expect, And like last year, I was like, damn, after I watched that one. So I was like, I think I'm going to have to watch that one again this year. Probably in the original. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. I'm going to make my list different, though.
Gotta watch the original.
No, the 94 one was great, too. It was definitely a solid movie.
Yeah. I should check it out again, honestly. All right, so your main Santa Claus is Coming to Town. You have a favorite version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town?
I mean, who other besides the Jackson 5's version like is a notable version?
That's
because I've
one
liked
of my favorites.
I like the Santa Claus is Coming to Town song anyway.
I think that's probably my favorite.
That's probably the most famous one too.
I think Gene Autry did one. Mm-hmm. I think. Bruce Springsteen, he had the live version.
Yeah.
That was pretty big. I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm sure,
probably
I'm saying, Frank and Bean, I'm sure they did it. Nat King Cole, those guys probably did it, because they all did holiday albums and shit.
Yeah.
But
they sang it as a collective in Elf in Central Park to get the holiday spirit up,
Yeah, that could be a version.
Yeah.
So, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
But yeah, no, that's a good one.
So that's your main. And
all right.
First up, you got Holly Jolly Christmas.
Yeah, Holly Jolly. Is that a Frank Sinatra one too?
I think that's Burl Ives. That's originally
the big one.
He's the big one for it. Would you like to hear a second? No,
yeah, you might. I mean, you can. What are you just gonna turn towards the mic?
Yeah, if I can find. Yeah, it's definitely Burl Ives. You know what I'm saying here?
Yeah, this is the classic one,
yeah.
Ooh, man, that is tough. Because the song in general, I love, even if Jackson 5 or whoever sings it, like I said, even the Santa that you press the button and he sings it and dances, sing it. I like the song anyway. That's a tough one right off the bat, actually. That's really close. I mean, and once again, like I always say on here, I'm like, some of these, you've never ever thought to compare these things ever in your life. So as crazy as it is, because we compare so much to so much, we live in a competitive world. But it's so...
They're both classic in their own way.
They are, and that's what I mean. I'm like, there's so much to it, regardless of even who sings it. The songs are pretty legendary. I think I'm going to lean Santa Claus Coming to Town by a little bit.
All right.
I love Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, though, man. That's a great one.
It is a good one. Next up.
These songs are never titled what you think, too. You're like, have a holly jolly. It's probably only titled like, what is it actually titled?
A Holly Jolly Christmas.
Oh, it is the whole thing. Okay.
It's not have a Holly Jolly Christmas though. It's just a Holly Jolly Christmas.
Yeah, see, they always do that. Yeah, it's part of the title, man. You made it.
All right.
Well, shorter sells better. It really does.
It does. It's a smaller
Whenever
title.
you can think of a business that goes by one word, that's...
Honestly, you could drop the A. Just make it Holly Jolly Christmas. Just make it that.
Yeah, that would be fine. But shorter does, because it's like it identifies as a brand.
Yeah.
Through very few words. Plus, like, you know, that's why catchphrases that are short fucking hit. Because people remember that shit. It catches on. It's insane, man. We're complex creatures, but we're also simple in our own way, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's the simple shit that everybody gets on board and become, oh yeah, that's right! It's like, come on.
Well,
all right.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town is on the board over Holly Jolly Christmas.
Yeah, that one's hard. So, I mean, that's close, but I think I'm going to rule in favor of the home team.
Next up is Santa Claus is Coming to Town or the intro, Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells.
Jingle Bells.
It's one of my faves, man, of all time. Like the classic song.
You got a favorite version of that or just...
No, that one's very unbiased for me. I just like it a lot.
Yeah.
In general. Always did.
There's just that one version that you don't like.
Well, in you know, that actually sounds... I don't know why. Maybe it just sounds worse at work. Because some of the the verse is just, like, so, like, I don't know. I'm not sure what it is, but it annoyed me before. But, you know, whenever you play something 20 times in one day, that's rough, too.
Yeah, that's a repetitive song, so I can see that as well. So Jingle Bells for the win. It's 1-1. Santa Claus is Coming to Town or Santa Baby.
Oh, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh man, Santa Baby's a classic.
You would take Santa Baby or not Jingle Bells?
I mean,
I'm gonna insert mine over. No, you would not over Jingle Bells. Don't even say that.
Over Jingle Bells?
No.
Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Yeah,
Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Don't even try to compare that to Jingle Bells. You're like, you opinionated fuck. No, so you would take it over Santa, and I'm not even saying
it's
Santa
a fun
Claus.
one. It's his own kind of.
I'm not even saying like, Santa Claus Coming to Town is top 5 for me.
There's not that many like ooh la la kind of Christmas songs. You know what I mean? It
sounds weird. It sounds like she's poking bubbles in a bath as she sings it.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this?
Depending on the version. There's many versions of that song.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you know, but that one, I'm not even saying Santa Claus is Coming to Town is top 5 for me. I don't know where it would rank exactly. However, I know enough about it to know it definitely... It ranks above Santa Baby. Right. I don't hate Santa Baby, I guess, but I was just never... I was never, like, huge on it.
I remember last year you were bitching about it.
Didn't we use it, though?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. We used it, and you were like, oh.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, man, that's checked off the board, all right. No, it's kind of funny, I'll give you that. If you want to view it through a comedic lens...
We didn't even use the good version. The crazy thing is, I don't know how we got out of not using the version that was like...
Whose version is it?
The Eartha Kitt or the Madonna version. How do we not use either of those?
If you want to view it through a comedic song lens, that I get.
Pretty sure.
But if you want me to say it's a classic, there's no way I can say that.
Eartha Kitt's, you can't go wrong with her version. She is the classic of that. And it's an old one.
Well, if that's the only criteria.
I mean, it is. Yeah. At this point, if it's still getting sang and covered at this point.
Well,
It's a classic. But Santa Baby's taking the L. For
it's most certainly that.
Alrighty. So we got Santa Claus is coming to town, or we got Blue Christmas.
Ooh, the Lumineers. They had a version of Blue Christmas.
Yeah.
What do you mean not? No, it sounds tremendous.
I'm sure.
I will say, actually, though, that a lot of their songs and what they can do and tap into that emotional aspect of you, I'm a little bit. I wish that they had done something else than that as a Christmas, cover. You know what I mean? Because I don't think that's the best they could do. You've heard them, and
Elvis,
I know they're not
man.
but
can't top Elvis.
even knowing, his is good. Even knowing what you know about them, though, from their style, wouldn't you say that there's a lot of Christmas songs that they could cover better than that?
Yeah.
Just thinking of them creating
Just
something.
even some more sad ones.
That's why I wish all their music's not sad. It's just a lot of them tell a story. By that metric, almost every country song.
Yeah, they're like folk.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's pretty much what they are. They're great though. And I don't know if they'll ever make an album better than Cleopatra. That was just a fucking brilliant fucking album. And almost every song was great. But I think they could cover something better. But as far as the song goes, Elvis is probably the best.
Oh, such a classic. Yeah. My mom never liked that song, and I was always like, oh, I love this one. I don't know where it ranks for me, but it's definitely on the playlist.
Fez does the Elvis impression in that 70s show, whenever that Christmas episode in season 6 when they go back to the high school for the thing. I have a blue. He's like, he does, and then the football team beats him up. I gotta watch all of the Christmas that 70s show episodes.
There's a lot of good sitcom holiday episodes.
Yeah, we watched several of them. The Simpsons, The Office, a lot of those ones too.
They got some good ones.
So Santa Claus Coming to Town probably over Blue Christmas.
All right.
It's not. I don't hate it, but it's just. I think there are much better Christmas songs than that one. But Elvis's version is fucking great for sure. But it's just as far as if you had to rank the songs and not the artist, it's just not even close to the very top Christmas songs for me. Yeah, but I need to put that on my playlist.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, we got Santa Claus is Coming to Town. We got It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
Yeah, that's a great one. Whose version of that's the biggest?
Andy Williams. He's a Branson legend.
I'm gonna say that one over Santa Claus Coming to Town.
Yeah. It's a classic.
You agree with
that?
that?
I love that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that's such a pleasant.
It's
such
a holiday vibe.
Yeah.
Just comes in heavy and it just keeps the vibe. All right.
What's the score so far? 2-2.
It's 3-2 in favor of
In
Santa
favor.
Claus is Coming to Town.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Santa Claus is Coming to Town, or we got Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. I love rocking
I do
around the
too.
Christmas tree.
I do
It's
too.
such a holiday vibe too. It just
Yeah.
feels like something that should always get played at the holiday get together.
You feel like it's a good indoor Christmas. Most of the events are going to be indoors during Christmas, but it's just such a decorating, fucking enjoying the vibes kind of song. Maybe Rocking Around the Christmas Tree by a little bit.
Dude, yeah.
By a
she was
hair.
16 or something? The lady that sang that shit? The original lady?
Mm. Was it Brenda Lee or something like that?
She sounds like she's about 36.
I have her on there.
It's a good one.
I need to add.
It's a classic.
I don't even think I have It's a Most Wonderful Time of the Year.
Yeah, you gotta add some of these shits.
I know. I know. I do. Rather than other things that are great songs.
Gonna make you cry.
Yeah, but it's great music.
That's what I'm saying. I'm lending you some of the good vibes.
You know,
here.
here's the thing though that I disagree with is like if you're truly like if you're in a good mood, you see those songs differently. You know what I mean? So like that's why I disagree with people that are like, oh, and I'm not saying there's not a time and place for certain stuff.
I mean, certain songs,
but like certain people are like, oh, it's depressing. I'm like, some of the greatest music ever made was sad as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, larger than that, it's like there can be music that's great, and like if you're in a good mood, you can enjoy this for the art that it is, even if it's a song that doesn't tell the happiest story, you know?
Yeah.
It just kind of depends on your lens of it, I guess. But I mean, yeah, some of the songs that I love are not like the happiest songs of all time, but they're just some of the best pieces of art ever made. You know, I feel. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of art. You'd say the same for movies and
some of the
everything,
most beautiful music ever made was not the happiest
Yeah.
music, you know.
But you're taking the happy one, rocking around the Christmas tree.
I probably will say that. I think that
I
came
mean, Santa Claus Come to Town's a great vibe.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
so.
it is. You sound like you fucking punched it a little bit ago.
Yeah. Oh, Santa Baby? No, I just said the Santa Baby's a classic because you tried to fucking chop its knees out, dude.
I mean, Santa Baby didn't really even have knees. Was it even standing up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was running. It's running every holiday season.
Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town was fucking flying. You know what I mean?
With like 3 versions. Santa Baby's got like 7 or 8.
Santa sing
remade all the
Santa
time.
Claus is coming to town because he ain't fucking around.
Who?
Santa.
What Santa?
The fucking little guy. The one that pressed the button, he sang it, man. He sounded like he knew what was going on. He sees you whenever you're sleeping, don't forget it.
Well, fuck that.
He's getting
Santa
prepared.
Baby was better.
21
You
days.
know what? I bet you Santa himself would have liked Santa Baby. You'd be like, oh, damn.
No, he would have been like, what the fuck is this? He seems like some weird fucking...
I mean, it's just, you know, it's a clever song. She's being all sensual, but she's really being like, she's being greedy as fuck. But
honestly,
she's
I would
trying
have to look at
get
the
whatever
lyrics.
she wants out of him by being sensual. It's, you know, it's a clever song. It's a good, it's a good. But all right, next up, we got Santa Claus is coming to town. We got Feliz Navidad.
Man, that's a vibe, too.
It is.
It's just puts you in a different fucking place. Like, it definitely puts you... I would say, and I'm not a dancing person whatsoever, I would say. I mean, like, I could slow dance, but, like, that's pretty easy. But, like, I'm not, unless I'm really drunk, like, I'm not going to get out there and fucking attempt to do it. But, like, Feliz Navidad, it awakens your spirit in that kind of way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I like that a lot, too.
Yeah, it's a party vibe.
Santa Claus, I don't know, man. That's close. That's close too.
They want you to have fun with both these songs. Feliz Navidad, though, yeah. It's like, but that's the thing. It's that one version. And I will say, I do like it.
It's great.
I do like it. But.
Oh, no.
It's pretty damn repetitive. Like, you hear it the
most
first
of these
time,
songs are.
I know, but you hear it the first time, you're like, hey.
It's the phrase over and over and over.
Yeah,
Jingle
there
bells.
we go.
Silent Night.
And then, no, I mean.
It's the most.
But they have a verse.
Wonderful. Every one of them is like, even
They
more than
have
the
a
common
verse,
song. Even
though.
more than the common song, Christmas songs very much so repeat the same thing.
They do. But
I'm
it
not-
feels
I
like
love
Feliz
it, like-
Navidad really does just go, because it kind of like, it dips down for a little bit, and then it feels like it's going back in, and it just does the same verse 3 times.
It does, but it's great.
I wanna Just go back.
Is Santa Claus Coming to Town even long enough to have 3 different fucking verses?
I think it's 2.
That's the thing.
It might be 2.
And I'm not cutting down that. I'm just saying, like, it's a short song. Some of these are. They just act like, oh no, it's actually more is added to it. It's like, no, it isn't.
Not Santa Baby, it's 3 and it's all of its own different verses.
He's got to stick up for it.
I just think it's funny at this point.
I mean, for the classic aspect of it, in a way, I mean, they're both pretty classic, but I would probably say Santa Claus Coming to Town, maybe slightly.
Santa Claus Coming to Town.
But I love Feliz Navidad, too.
Santa Claus Coming to Town is pulling the lead 4-3.
That's not too uneven.
Next up, we got Santa Claus Coming to Town. We got Hark the Herald Angels Sing.
Santa Claus Coming to Town.
All right.
I like that was not horrible. I get it. Like, you know, it's kind of more along the religious aspect of, you know, Christmas, which obviously is a huge part of Christmas or the inspiration for Christmas. We're not going to ignore that. And I'm also not going to like disrespect that. However, I would say Santa Claus is Coming to Town just hits way more of a nostalgic kind of feel to me than, you know.
There is some very well done versions.
There is.
Herald Angels Sing, though.
But personally, just instinctually, there's no doubt about it that Santa Claus Coming to Town, I think, come before that. Because even some of the ancient songs that have been passed on for centuries, I like more than Herald the Angels Sing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good one, though.
It is.
Some
No,
of the,
it's not bad.
Really old religious ones.
Yeah, and those can be beautiful, too.
Mm-hmm.
But you always did. But, you know, like the one time I was like, no buts. Because you're like, you were getting ready, you like gave something. But like, a lot of people would suggest if there's a but, it just totally dissolves whatever you said before that. I don't know if I feel like that because I understand a conflict in your heart about, oh, I feel this. But every time the but comes, ironically.
No, you know.
Every time the but comes, you're like, yeah, but this thing's not as good. But I mean, I've said that too. It's not just towards you, but that's my problem because like I try to give things a fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's
assessment.
fair though because I was kind of like saying I like Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
But it's not one of my favorites.
I like it a lot too. I don't know where it would rank.
It is on my playlist.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a classic.
As far as the Christmas all-time songs, I mean, Jingle Bells is absolutely in my top 5. It's the most wonderful time of the year. That's up there. I don't know where exactly. It'd be hard to rank them, man. Anyway.
Well, so you took Santa Claus is Coming to Town over Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So it's up 5-3.
Yep. It's probably the shortest answered one.
Next up, this might be quick too. I'm thinking, but it's Santa Claus is Coming to Town or Oh Christmas Tree.
Santa Claus Coming to Town.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Oh Christmas Tree.
Yeah.
I think it actually can be very like peaceful and beautiful and like nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not always the vibe I'm looking for when I'm like, all right, I'm going to a holiday function. I'm trying to get in that vibe. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you only have to hear it once and it's an expansive playlist,
if I'm
it's not
chilling
bad.
out in the evening and it's a holiday night,
yeah,
then it's not bad to hear.
Yeah,
you know,
especially if you only have to hear it once instead of some of these. You know what I mean? Because it's like if it's a playlist of 270 Christmas songs, I mean that's fine. Everything can get its time.
Oh, for sure.
So
it's the season.
Yeah.
So it's up 6-3. Last one. Classic versus classic. Santa Claus is Coming to Town or It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
Probably Santa Claus Coming to Town. I'm not disrespecting It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. I don't hate it or anything like that.
It's such a classic. It's
I do like that one a lot too. I think it's just a little more. It just hits home a little more. Yeah, This is one of those things, especially that I am saying some of these things out loud for the very first time in my life because I've never thought to compare Christmas songs. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them, at least. So it's fun. It's fun though. What did Santa Claus Coming to Town?
7-3.
Damn, it laid it down.
It did.
I would have.
No. Oh yeah, 7-3.
7-3. Yeah, I mean, if you would have told me what do I expect it to be, I'm like probably 5-5 or 6-4. But yeah, it's even a little better than that.
Yeah, only lost to Jingle Bells. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah,
and rocking around the Christmas tree.
Yeah, and the thing is I'm not. It's not like I'm crazy about Santa Claus Coming to Town. It's great, and I respect it as a classic. But it's not like I don't think it's even top 5 of my Christmas songs.
Yeah, you just
but
dumped on all the other good ones.
Which ones specifically would you have been like?
What
just for nuance, yeah. Just would you like like the 2 or 3 or however many you got like that you would have been like for sure this over Santa Claus Coming to Town as a song. Not necessarily versions, but you're talking song too. So you basically Santa Baby, right?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, maybe.
Yeah.
And Santa Baby, probably.
Oh, that's it?
Probably.
Oh, that's not too much different.
And
because
it's like
Blue
Christmas, it would be teetering.
Well, Elvis's version is great.
Elvis's
that is true, and that's honestly, I will distinctify it on that front. The song, I'm not an overly big fan of, but his version is great, and it is probably like the great. And the Lumineers is fine. Their version, I have it on here. It's good. It's just I honestly wish they had covered something else. Like I'm trying to think of something they would have done just better. Like what comes to mind? I mean, just hearing some of their music, their style. Like, what do you think they could cover? Like, they would be something like a little. I mean, they can play like a little faster, not like really fast. But Cleopatra, the song was actually like reasonably placed. It wasn't just, slow as fuck. But they've got some beautiful music.
And it wouldn't be. They could probably do one of the like slower, like Frank or Bean kind of classic songs, like it's beginning to look like a lot like Christmas or White Christmas or something like that. It'd probably be pretty good. Like something a little slower but like classic as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I was surprised. I was like, man, I feel like they could make something that's a little more fitting to them than Blue Christmas. I mean, not that it wasn't fitting, but I was like, I feel like they could make something that's really tugging at the heartstrings. That's really good. All right, well, next up we've got yours here. Your main is going to be Christmas wrapping.
It's a good one.
All righty, well, first off, it is going to be Christmas wrapping or Let It Snow. Goo Goo Dolls covered that one too. Their version.
I mean, it is. Let It Snow is like. It's a fun song because it's just a wintertime vibe. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It is Christmas because it's within that umbrella, but it really is just like a snow song, But, man, Christmas wrapping is just like, it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's kind of like, it kind of feels, and I think it's in large part also because of Elf too, and maybe some other movies, but it just feels like the image whenever I hear about Christmas wrapping is everybody rushing into like the malls and shit, getting their Christmas shopping done, trying to get.
And it's like one of those songs too that it's like every verse is different and it tells a story.
Yeah. It's so good.
Song.
That version that we play, oh my god, it's so good. It's one of my favorites. I don't know where it would be either, but it's great.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Christmas wrapping on that one.
Alrighty. Christmas wrapping. How do you feel about that being your main? You like the song enough?
I mean, I feel like the waitresses or whoever, I listen to their version every year quite a bit.
It's so
But
good.
I don't really
Dude,
listen
it
to like
shreds
any
it.
other versions
Yeah.
of that song. If there is many other covers of it, I just feel like that song would be kind of hard to even cover.
I don't feel like that's one of the songs too, the way I'm like, I don't know if anybody could do better than that.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, likewise, it's fair to say for people out there, be like, well, does it have to be better? Does it have to... And it's like, no, it doesn't. Like, another version of it could exist and it could still be good, you know? Anyway, next up is going to be Christmas wrapping. Or, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Man, that is a tough one. Because those are both, like, they are part of the holiday season for me every year. They're part of the playlist, for sure. I'd probably lean It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by a little bit, just because it is, like, such a classic. Like, it just kind of has that place in my heart, you know? Just, like, childhood memories of that. And it really does just give me good, warm vibes of the season.
It does. It really... That song, I will absolutely say that for. So you're going to go with this, It's the Most Wonderful?
Yep.
All right. 1-1. Next up, Christmas wrapping, or something that sounds awfully familiar. Santa Claus is coming to town.
Man, that's tough because, like, Christmas wrapping, I love the version with the waitresses a lot.
Mm.
But Santa Claus is Coming to Town is such a classic Christmas song. It's kind of like with Blue Christmas and the Elvis thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that could really
like the song might not
direction.
Be your favorite Christmas classic song, but the version of it that does exist kills it so hard.
But yeah, like Christmas wrapping, it's not near as legendary of a Christmas song as Santa Claus is Coming to Town is. But like that song existing as a Christmas song, I might like more than any other version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Ooh, I mean, I may agree with you too. But
like it's hard to say because like I do like the Jackson 5 version a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's also quite a classic, but yeah, I'm gonna lean in the favor of Christmas wrapping, I think.
Okay. Next up is going to be Christmas wrapping or Last Christmas. Which honestly, I'll admit it, like I like that song a lot.
It is a good one. I was debating on putting it on my list as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wham, they're the one that did it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's also kind of like a sentimental,
it is
sad, romantic sort of song.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's definitely a good Christmas song. It's also like one that, you know, we both, I'm sure, just heard growing up all the time.
Yeah,
like
well,
it was
and
just
that's
on
the thing.
The radio
I have no
stations
shame saying that's one of my favorites. Like, fucking Avril Lavigne, she's got some great songs that I fucking like too. You know what I mean? I'm like, I have no, like, some people are like, oh, I don't want to be, you know, I'm like, fuck that. I'm like,
I like some Britney Spears shit. I don't care.
No, and then that's the thing. Well, and like, even the pop punk, not to even go off from Christmas to that, but like, whenever I think about like Avril stuff, I'm like, I honestly really like her younger, like, she's like writing emotional stuff and like a lot of her punk pop stuff, which she was like kind of a pioneer for anyway. Mm-hmm. That she did. I'm like, I think her stuff was great. She really like did lay the groundwork for a lot of like people to come.
Yeah,
men and women, and I mean, and you know, it's kind of coinciding with that. She's a legend in her own way. No, she definitely is. I'm like, I would stick up for her absolutely, because she's got some great stuff. But anyway, yeah, we were talking about no shame, man, on that one. Yeah, Last Christmas. I like I said, along with a lot of these, no idea where it would rank, but I do like the song a lot.
Yeah, it is a vibe. all these songs you've listed so far, they are on my Christmas playlist. So it's like, there's no shade towards any of these songs or anything. Like, I enjoy all of these, and I listen to them all every season. This one is a tough one, too, because they're both kind of like just the one version of each of these that really stick out, you know? Probably going to lean in favor of Christmas rapping. It's a little more fun, so upbeat. You know, it's like an upbeat vibe, a little more like a good time.
So is that 3-1 so far?
I think so.
Yeah,
what if I? It's the
you
most
took it
wonderful
over Let
time
It
of the
Snow,
year.
Santa Claus Coming to Town, and Last Christmas.
Yeah, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the only thing.
Santa Claus Coming to Town's got a lot of equity in it, so that was a big one to take it over.
It was.
Christmas Rapping is next against All I Want for Christmas Is You. The classic that everybody always points to.
Everybody acts like they hate that song.
No, I do like that song. I'm not gonna sit here and say I listen to, and I don't have anything against her, but I'm not gonna sit here and say I listen to any other Mariah Carey than when that's on either, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because I don't.
I don't have her on the playlist throughout the year ever.
No.
But yeah, she does.
That's a good
funny.
song.
She makes
still,
a return around Christmas.
to be honest with you,
and that
still is a good song.
It made its way, like, within modern songs, Christmas songs, it made its way into being like a classic.
It did. Yeah.
So,
in not as long of a time, because people were saying the stuff they're saying about it like 8 years ago. Oh, she's gonna come out again.
So, it's one of the ones that's probably going to be heard for decades.
Yeah, for sure. Put you to the test.
Christmas rapping.
Alrighty. Well,
I mean, it's the most one. What was that one? Damn it! All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah.
That it is a fun one though. I know it gets a lot of hate.
Hey, Christmas rapping's great.
It's upbeat. Mariah Carey. She deserves her spot on the Christmas playlist.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, that's a
she
great
earned
song.
that spot. But Christmas rapping, man, it's just. It's just it's like such its own kind of song.
To be honest with you, and I'm not even talking about her in general, but the song and the posting and all that. I get more annoyed with the memes than the actual song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't really think it's just like, honestly, hearing it every year
like all these
kind of like
other songs are going to come out too.
So why would you even pinpoint like that one? Because it's just like, we're going to hear them all fucking anyway. So, like, what do you mean?
People just act like that was the one that got played at, like, every supermarket. And
it's still not a bad song at all. Because, like, you instantly think of her version whenever. Even thinking of Christmas, you know, it's become really iconic in its own right. A lot of people hate to say that. But, and I'm not even sitting here, like, as a Mariah Carey defender necessarily. But the song's good. Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with it coming on, you know? But anyway, yeah, you say Christmas rapping.
Yeah.
4-1. Giving the field an ass whipping. Next up is Christmas rapping or rocking around the Christmas tree.
Damn. It's kind of funny how this is turning out. Probably gonna take Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Again, just like such a classic childhood, like good vibes, holiday, makes me feel good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocking on the Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So I'm probably gonna give that one the dub.
Well, it is even. Well, it is definitely not evened it out, but it is 4-2, I think, now. So it's got a second Vic. Next up, we've got Christmas rapping or Jingle Bells. They're both fucking just tremendous.
They are. See, I know you said you have like a big love for Jingle Bells.
This isn't about me.
I know. It is. It's a good one. I don't
It's a
know
great
if even
one.
like out of all the classics necessarily, like that Frank Sinatra version, like I do really like that version, and I guess it is a lot of fun. I mean, but it also kind of has the like it's just short 2-verse repetitive aspect to it. But it's Christmas, fuck it. We'll give it a Jingle Bells.
Well, all right. What does that make it? 4-3. You know what I realized too on my list? I'm like, I actually repeated one of them, so I'm gonna have to come up with one on the fly here. But I'm gonna probably just put it last or close to last. But next up we've got Christmas wrapping or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A classic.
It is very
They're like
much
all
so classic.
We said
You know,
like,
that's the thing. I'm sure I brought this up. There's no way I've not brought this up on the podcast at this point. We've had it for, 6 years.
mm-hmm.
But, dude, Rudolph pisses me off. Like, watching that shit pisses me off. Like, Santa's such a fucking dickhead.
You're talking, okay, but you're pinpointing a specific film.
But it's the basis for Rudolph, man.
Well, yeah, but there's been a lot of content over the reindeer made.
But was the song even a thing before the Rudolph film? I don't think so.
I honestly don't know.
So I'm pretty sure it came around with that shit, which means it's based on that story. And by those guidelines, fuck that Santa. Rudolph shouldn't have helped with shit. Songs, I still enjoy this TV special, but I almost don't even want to watch it some years. I'm like, it's just gonna piss me off. Like, I'm a grown man, and I'm like, this Santa is such a fucking, like, narcissistic little bitch. He's like, everything's all about him. He's like, oh, this fucking little weirdo, get him out of here. What the fuck is this deformed creep? I don't want him anywhere around the other reindeer. And then it's like a blizzard on Christmas Eve, and he's like, hey, Rudolph, we could use you, bud. You think you might want to take the head of the sleigh? You would be the top guy. And he makes him feel all special and shit. It's like, you were the one that literally made his father and cast him out. You're like, get that motherfucker away from everyone. We don't want to see him anymore. And now you're like, hey man, you want to be my guy? Be the front of my sleigh team? Like, no. I hope that Christmas goes to hell and it all gets blamed on you. That being said,
Oh man.
I'm going to take Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Are you?
I think so.
Yeah.
It is just such a classic.
What is that, 4-4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just, that's one that, I'm pretty sure there's some tapes of me as a little boy singing Jingle Bells and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I'm sure those are two legendary. Those two with Santa Claus coming to town. Those are like legendary songs.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or All Alone on Christmas.
Such a classic, too.
It is.
Damn.
It is. Putting you to the test.
This sucks. They're both again, just kind of like the one-off, versions of each. They're
But when those versions are classics. I was just when those versions are so killer, it is just hard to be damn, to have them compete.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's it's not they're not Jingle Bells or Rudolph.
Yeah, they've been remade again and again and again.
They're kind of like, there's a version of those you think of. I think by a hair, Christmas wrapping.
Okay. That one is tough. I would probably maybe say the same if I had to lean one way or another, but it would be so slightly because I really like All Alone on Christmas too.
Yeah, they're both really, really good.
All right, well, Christmas wrapping has got a what?
5-4.
5-4 lead going into the last one here. It is going to be Christmas wrapping or Wonderful Christmas Time.
Would you say that's your favorite?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say a favorite. I mean, Christmas wrapping and Wonderful Christmas Time might be my top 5.
Yeah, that's like definitely Paul McCartney's like Christmas song.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you think of like him and Christmas, that's the one for sure.
Yeah. It taps into a very specific place at a point in time. And I mean, it's universal, like it always is sounds good, but it's just like it brings you back to like that late 90s, early 2000s like era. And you know, when we were really young enjoying Christmas, and like I just remember it so like from way back, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely its own vibe as well. They're both very much their own vibe of a song. They're not like necessarily remade much, Christmas wrapping or Wonderful Christmas
Which is
Time.
surprising, really. Maybe they just know they can't keep up. They can't make something like that.
Or they got their copyright just patented. Paul McCartney's like, nobody's making this shit while I'm alive.
Maybe.
I think, again, probably by a hair, but I might go Christmas wrapping. Damn, that one's really close, though. Like, on a different day, I might say Wonderful Christmas Time.
Yeah, that one's like a rough one to end with, too, because they're really, really good songs.
Yeah.
So, by a final score of 6-4, Christmas wrapping wins out.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, do you want to head to break, and we will come back in with the movie reviews of Sling Blade and Religulous, and then a good old-fashioned round with the good, the bad, and the shits. So we will see everybody in a moment. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Casting the Spotlight, episode 207. And we are about to review the movie swap segment from before, which is Sling Blade and Religulous. We'll be reviewing them in that order, respectively. And then getting on with some good, the bad, and the shits. As well as giving each other new films for the movie swap. So, yeah. I guess we'll start with the reviews. Just had a couple nights back.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, though. Some good viewings.
Yeah.
Seen Sling Blade like a few times in the past couple of years, but it had been a handful of months. Like, I think the first time I watched it for sure was just by myself, but then I was like, dang, it's a pretty good one. So I watched it with Haley and I watched it with my parents. But it might even been over a year at this point. So it felt like it needed to get rewatched again.
Yeah.
Just like, it's kind of neat too that it's like a Billy Bob Thornton like written, directed, and starred in movie.
And that was him pretty young. I don't know how old he was whenever they did that. 1996. Well, he's how old now? Like 60?
He's in his 60s, I think.
Yeah, so he played like a 37-year-old in the movie. I think I say. Man, like.
Oh, he's 70.
Oh, shit. Okay. And that was almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he played along the lines of what his character was, age-wise. Yeah, I'll say off the bat, like, from the questions like he was answering, or they asked him to tell the whole story, and they were doing close-ups of his face, the camera, like, you know, from kind of like really inward, just, you know, you could see everything to like you know how the camera work just kind of went from in to out to just, you know,
and he looked like so different.
He looked
was
way
such
different.
a character.
He definitely was. I couldn't believe that this is. I said that during the movie. I was like, I couldn't believe it was that believable. Like that, like, you know,
you just fell into it. You kind of like, you totally forgot immediately. It's like, oh, this is Billy Bob Thornton. Like, you know, it was kind of like his baby because he wrote and directed it as well. But it's like, Carl as a character is such a believable character that you just buy into Carl. You know?
Yeah.
In a good way too. It's kind of wild that he is like. I mean, his life was hard though. He didn't really ever have a life, you know. He got like picked on by people in town, lived in a shack in a hole, and then lived in a mental hospital. Like,
so in context, the story of him and his parents and that situation was what exactly? Like
his mom and dad had him. He was mentally challenged, whatever was wrong with him.
Yeah. Just so I'm re-aware and then everybody else
And
knows.
then they cast him out to the shack because they didn't want him around the rest of the family. And then they apparently had some other kid, but they had him early. And I don't know if it was like purposely or not. And then they had him like deal with it. They like brought it out to the shack. And like, get rid of this. And he buried his own brother out there in the shack. It's like, this dude's life was messed up from the get-go. You know? So it's like, it's kind of wild though, because it is almost a story that like flips things on its head, because he is a murderer. But like, when you see behind the lens of Carl, you're like, he's a good dude. You know? You don't like get that story that often.
And like a lot of people even said within the story, they're like, I just don't see it with that guy, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, the people that treated him well and that were like in his life and that he cared about, he was like, he was good to, you know? So, it's probably, I mean, you can't blame him for the first one because of how his life was. You know, he didn't know right from wrong, really. And like, he just lived out in that shed by himself, basically. In the second one, it's like, we knew the whole story behind that. And you almost kind of root for him to do it by the end because Doyle's just such a son of a bitch. You're like, this guy needs to go.
Oh, yeah. Once I kind of thought, I was like, might be where this is going in a way. I was like, that. I mean, it would kind of make sense because he'd kind of see that their lives are going to be way better without that dude. Because he was just, you know, even after, I got drunk and I just want to apologize. And then he was the same shit that he was before. And, especially the little kid's life is going to be hell if that dude stayed around.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's...
Frank.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Honestly, though, like, everybody, all the main cast in that movie, it was like they were all great in their role, you know? And what they were meant to portray. Like, even the kid, like, being a kid actor, he was really good. And I think he was, like, literally cast out of just, like, a like, an open audition, because it was, like, as before Billy Bob Thornton was really that big and known, you know? So it was kind of like a project that got bought by a big studio and sort of put him on the map a little bit, so some of these actors and stuff, like, yeah, he was notable enough to know some people within Hollywood, like, you know, John Ritter and Dwight Yoakam, who wasn't really an actor, like country singer guy, but ended up being in some Vince Vaughn stuff. We found out. Doyle. But, like, all these people did so well in their role for not being, like, I think specifically, like, the mom and Frank were not, like, big known actors and actresses, you know? Like, I think the mom was, like, from a local theater, and Frank was, like I said, like, a kid that got picked to, like, an open audition. But yeah, it's just a hell of a movie. It's like, stands the test of time just because it is such a, like, timeless, relatable, like, everybody can understand a story like that, you know?
I wonder if that's one he gets asked about, too. I heard he also, Billy Bob, is very, like, appreciates all of his fans, you know, no matter, but, like, just to kind of keep it known that he's, like, not taking anything that he gets for granted.
Yeah.
And just, you know.
Yeah, he's an eccentric dude in his own way.
He's in a lot of different type of shit, man.
Yeah, pops up and he's, like, great in comedies, but he definitely plays, like, a similar, just, like, dirtbag in comedies all the time.
I absolutely kind of understand what you mean, though, by it being a heartfelt and, you know, in ways, like, tragic, but also just, you know, the type of story that it ended up being.
Yeah.
I mean, he found his way back in there after everything, and I mean, he saw the long game, though. He, like, realized that it's like this shit's never gonna get better as long as this guy's around. Like, once he kind of figured it out, and he's like, well, let's get the mom and Frank out of the house and figure, you know, do something about it. I mean, and he was probably right. Like, he just would have, like, the kid would have hated. He probably would have ran away at some point,
or ended up doing something bad, or ended up just being, like, a bad dude. It's like a teenager. Yeah,
it would have been awful. So yeah, I mean, I get, and that was you know, movie had a lot of nuance to that aspect. Like, you know, I mean, he had a complicated life and kind of like
it was like there were funny lines and moments. There were definitely moments that were just kind of like, because Carl was just so awkward that he was funny sometimes, but it was like, yeah, especially as the story progressed and you started to understand and, like, champion Carl more, it got, like, pretty touching, especially once you kind of, like, saw the outlook of where things were headed and, like, what it was just like, it was touching, but it was still, like, the way it was done was, like, almost a smile on your face, because he did what he did. He thought he did what was best for the mom and for the boy. And then he just, like, walks to the kitchen, calls the police on himself, and then just starts, like, putting, like, mustard on biscuits and eating them, waiting for the police to show up. It's just such a Carl thing.
He was amazed at how good the food on the outside was.
He just couldn't get away from biscuits and French fries, though. He was, like, so stuck on those things.
French fry taters.
What you got in there to eat? And he, like, starts naming off all these burgers. He's like, what do you like? I got the French fries are pretty good. French fried potatoes? It's like, yeah, French fries.
That was fucking. Honestly, the way he talked was so fucking entertaining.
Like, every day for the rest. Every day at work after that, they would get lunch from that place, and you'd just be like, I'll just get some more of them French fried potatoes.
That was definitely, like, the most different type of movie I've seen in a while, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like, it feels almost like a very common, understood, and like real, like reality based movie, but like very original.
And I feel like also seeing it as Billy Bob, just completely different, and it being kind of like 30 years back too, like changes a lot of that too. You know what I mean?
I think
Because it really like
he like said that he wanted to make, because he grew up in like Arkansas in like a rural area, and there's just, you know, a lot of people that never like make it out of those towns, and like people kind of just have a stigma about, oh, these weirdo people from Arkansas or whatever. So he wanted to make like a touching story about people from Arkansas, like be like, oh, you know, there's like, they're just good normal people out here. You know. But I mean, it was like it was a really good story, man.
yeah. No, it definitely was. I liked it a lot actually.
Yeah, I kind of like. That was one I sort of forgot about for a minute, that I like thought about giving you at some point for this list, and then I couldn't remember if you had seen it or not. And then when you said you hadn't, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely gotta see that one.
Sling Blade.
It's worth the watch.
Yeah, it really was. I would
I don't
say
know if it's
so.
like on anything right now. I think it's been on Netflix in the past, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, the movie that we followed up with, Religulous, you've seen once, probably inside of at least inside of like 4 to 5 years ago.
Maybe. It could have even been like 2019 or something.
Maybe it was that long.
But yeah.
I don't know. It was sometime in that era. But anyway, obviously it follows the whole thing of the segment with the, you know, maybe once you've seen it. But I just, with everything like having gone on and just thinking about like the questions again and stuff, like I had first seen that a long time ago. But I thought it was pretty interesting that, you know, Bill Maher like goes around like asking everybody these questions like that he's always had too, because he grew up Catholic. One of his parents was Jewish, the other one was Catholic, and like he went to church, was baptized and everything else, and then like he kind of just, you know, became an atheist and everything, and wanted to go just ask questions around the world about all the different religions and why, and you know, all the big questions and stuff. So I was like, it was kind of like that travel doc that we talked about. You know, and he definitely traveled all over the world, anywhere that would have him at least.
Yeah, it was definitely like a doc. Like it like traveled to the Vatican, traveled, I don't know where he went, like to the Muslim temples. He went to the Mormon temple in Utah, like the big Mormon temple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they kicked him out. They didn't want to.
Yeah. They kicked him out of the Vatican too.
Yeah.
All those like big places, I'd imagine they're gonna kick you out if you walk in with a film crew, though.
I think he wanted an insight into like everybody that would ask, like everybody that would kind of accept being asked the questions about, like, you know, questioning some of the things about the religions. And like a lot of people like put over the film just for like asking things, and you know, that nobody else would. Because like that's one of it's one of the general rules. Like a lot of people, at least that used to be the case. Now it's becoming like it's a little different in the way that, even at the time there was kind of a shift, obviously. But the fact, you know, some people are non-religious or they don't believe in like actually religion, but they want like a relationship with God. So it is kind of interesting what's happened, because even since like the movie came out, I would definitely say there's been more people that have drawn, like, maybe pulled away. Like, I don't know. It's always kind of shifting back and forth, too.
Yeah.
So,
I think
there's been more of an open idea about there not being something, though, than there ever was. Because fucking the, you know, 50s and 60s, probably most people didn't question, like, those types of things.
You weren't supposed to, at least. Yeah, I think now it's at least okay to have an open discussion about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or seen as okay within society. Like, I don't I think that it almost felt like it was more of a movie that was like kind of trying to poke holes within certain branches of religion, more so. Like, no, he himself, like, made it clear that he is an atheist and doesn't believe or have, a faith, you know? But I don't feel like... He did
to ask all the questions and get people to...
He did in ways kind of, like, try to poke at that and cut down at that, but it did feel more like he was like, oh, I'm going to go to the Catholics, to the Muslims, to the Mormons, to the guy, the gay conversion camp guy, just all those kind of... That one was strange. That, like, segment was...
at the gay bar?
The gay conversion, the guy in Winter Park.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the...
Yeah,
What did he say? I wouldn't say that I was,
He's like,
gay.
I don't classify as ex-gay. He's like, I'm a guy that's dealt with some homosexuality, and then I've sort of, like, he's like...
he said battled with homosexuality and overcame it, or something.
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's all right, if you're in the...
Well, that's what he was asking, because that's a very unique, like, distinct thing, I guess, that, somebody, like, just...
And that's what that building was, though, was, like, helping people revert.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was in Winter Park, Florida, at the time.
Wonder if it was still there.
I don't know. I would have loved to know.
Is that why y'all moved?
I don't know about that. I didn't actually know that until, like, I think I was moved back here. But yeah, I think it's interesting because it's always like, asking the questions that nobody wants to.
Yeah.
And it is like a look at different, through like history and like, he also interviewed scientists and people like that too. And got like, the whole movie was about getting different perspectives, and like he wanted to be like, oh, if I'm going to be proven wrong, like show me, like give me the best information to justify, or just to kind of, but the whole thing is like a lot of the people's, you're taking a lot on faith. So it's just a lot of people were to different degrees didn't want to answer or did want to say more though. 'Cause some people were like, oh,
it's all like religion and faith theology, like all these things, like it is faith-based stuff. It's, a lot of that stuff is. So it's like, you can't necessarily pull up the receipts for things like that in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it is interesting, some of the points, with Horus, the Greek god, and like the similarities of the birth date and
dude, that was like a few different
from
people.
The dead and yeah.
The healer, the savior, the this and that, born on January or December 25th or rather. Oh, the month we're in. But
the one priest in front of the Vatican was pretty funny though. He's like, you could have been born on July 3rd.
Yeah. No, he could have been. But they had to set it. No, like we don't know that for sure. That's even most people say that. Even they do believe like it definitely could have been a different day, but it had to be like established on,
Seems like I always thought that was something, anyways, in those like in the Christmas song, like "Away in a Manger," or even just like the story, like a child shivers in the cold. Let us bring him silver and gold. Why the fuck would you bring a shivering child silver and gold? You don't give a fuck about that. Give him some blankets and some clothing and shit. What are we talking about?
Remember the one guy who was like, he was not poor. He's like, it was linen. It was fine linen. He's like, they brought him gold. was
They
not
let him
poor.
go as a child. He was not poor. He walked around he walked around in casual robes. He's like, that was fine linen.
Yeah. I was told by one of the greatest pimps that ever lived. His name was called God.
Yeah. There was a lot of like fun and funny aspects, dude. He talked to
His comedic
he talked
side,
to Jesus.
his comedic side, and also his questioning things, came out for sure, and like that was a lot of the whole inspiration. Larry Charles, the guy that did the doc, it was a film doc, whatever, however you want to phrase it, but he had done like Borat and like some of the movies kind of similar to that in ways. And he's worked on a whole bunch of other stuff, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was great because it was like well executed with having you ponder a lot of these questions because of all the information it brings to light, and it was also really funny.
Yeah.
So like it was an easy just hour and a half,
It's an
hour
easy
40,
watch,
you even be entertained by, but also be curious as to all the information that's presented.
Yeah, you can think what you want to think, but it is almost like
I'm just
is
viewing it
almost
as a
like
film.
theology. It's like just kind of a discussion piece of a thinking piece, but it's presented in a fun manner. He goes and sees the dude who plays Jesus Christ.
It's pretty fair though, because he did try to interview everybody.
Yeah, the dude who actually thought he was Jesus. He
Yeah.
does interview some loons though.
Oh, yeah.
Too. That's the thing. He interviews some out there people. The one guy, that rabbi dude, the anti-Israel rabbi guy, he was annoying as hell too.
But he also interviewed some very sane scientists and people of politicians. Other people. Although the politician did not come off that smart. He was the Arkansas Democrat or whatever. And he's he ended the interview.
I'm pretty sure
he's
he had to be Republican
or whatever he was. No, I don't know if it was Republican or it was one of the southern states though. But he was Democrat.
I think it was Arkansas.
And the guy was he's like, well, you don't have to pass an IQ test to be in the Senate. And Bill was just and it's just scene just cut. It was oh man. It's that's not something to brag about. I mean, everybody talks about IQ tests anyway, side note. And does anybody ever anywhere actually take a fucking IQ test? No.
Yeah, you don't actually
Not
see
really.
him. It's not like a...
Yeah, they act like this is a
qualification for
database with
things.
everybody's fucking numbers in it.
Took him Warrior 6. It was a baseline.
So... Anyway, that was a fun watch. Though.
The guy that thought he was literally Jesus.
Oh, yeah,
was
Jesus
insane.
Christ, second coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who doesn't believe in me is miserable.
It's that's most everyone.
Oh, not believing him?
It's this room is the only people.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Even those guys cultivate. There's no way you could... It's this guy in 60 years, he's gonna start passing away. He's not gonna be... you watch.
Yeah.
Just like everybody the fuck else.
I'm Jesus. Yeah, how is that guy even doing right now? I don't
It's
know.
if something like this comes to fruition, I'm sure it's going to be some of the craziest shit any of us have ever even been witness to. You know what I mean? It's gonna it's not gonna be a questioning. Is he? You know what I mean? It's gonna be
maybe
something we've never experienced.
I mean, if it's the second coming of Christ or something, it depends.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll want to blend in.
I don't know. How would we know?
It's the whole.
Why
What
would?
if God was one of us? Maybe it's just the homeless guy. What if?
Well, if he's not going to show himself, then he would be Probably just trying to repair what's already established instead of
Or he'd be
taking it all.
Or he'd be testing mankind to see if it's even worth repairing.
Well, that's to be determined. That's probably a good place to leave it. But no, anyway, I figured, I was like, me and you have pondered a lot of the same questions, been entertained by some of the stuff that pokes fun at the different religions and stuff too.
I think religion for a lot
of organized religion is very...
It's a toxic wasteland, a lot of it.
Yeah. And some of the, not to get into all the nuances just right here, right now, but like, just a lot of the extremism in a lot of religions is just madness, because if you weren't so hell-bent on the fundamentalist shit of your like beliefs and you're like, no, this means this, literally, this is going to happen, or we need to do this and take action. It's like, that's crazy, because so many people, suffer because of those types of decisions. Whenever you're hell-bent on like believing fully what your religion says.
Yeah. That was kind of like a point made too by some of the people that were even religious and Bill, were like, that a lot of the stories within the Bible, and I'm sure the Quran, and I don't know about the Torah really, but like that it was multiple generations past, and multiple generations past, and these stories passed down, and then
multiple
interpretations, written word, and stuff like that. Yeah, multiple interpretations, multiple books added on, and it's like some of this stuff. I mean, we know humans now. Like, some of this stuff maybe shouldn't be taken at its literal word for word. Like, yeah, there's a lot of good messaging, a lot of good lines, a lot of good lessons and things. Like, there is a lot to take and learn, for sure. But, like, to take every word for word, beat for beat, like, this is all literal meaning to 2025 life. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's kind of, like, wild. For any religion.
Yeah. No, it is.
I mean, that's not even like talking down on or spitting at any faith or religion either. It's just kind of like, it's wild that we do take so much so literally with a lot of stuff that's like highly up for interpretation.
It encourages people to do absolutely destructive things,
Because faith's all about, open-mindedness and interpretation to begin with. So, like, why would you take the book that you're supposed to be, that I have a faith, and not have an open mind with it, to take all of it so literally,
Yeah. Well,
a Religulous, yes.
Religulous.
It is a fun time. It's a ride for sure. I mean, it was like that era, like that mid 2000s. All those documentary kind of films were getting made.
Yeah. It was amazing he was able to do all that stuff like at that time. Like, he must have found like a small window where like that was all that type of stuff. You could go in there and like ask everybody just about all this stuff, because I feel like it would be much harder to make today.
Probably.
But a lot of people still like watch it over and over. So, anyway, I guess it's time to give each other the new films.
Yes.
I might as well just throw mine out there because we talked about it already a little bit with the 1994 Miracle on 34th Street. I watched it again for the first time in my adulthood, for sure, at least that. And, like, last year. And I got a lot from it. Like, of course, I watched it before I watched the 47 one, and that had also been a long time since I'd seen it. And, I mean, that's just a great story in general, but the 94 one, of course, puts, like, another spin on it, too, and, like, adds some to the story, because it is a little longer, too, I think. Maybe by 20, 30 minutes. But, Santa gets a lot of, like, attention, and, like, there's a lot of questioning about him, and a whole, court case thing, and just the whole deal. And, I mean, I I really loved it. Like, it was perfect because it was like right in the morning. On a day that I was off, I probably had some like eggnog or that holiday custard or whatever in there. And I mean, I love that movie. So I'm definitely gonna watch it again this year.
Yeah.
But I probably end up watching both. I'm gonna shift some movies out that I watched last year though, but some of the classics that I really always love to watch, I'm definitely keeping in there. Same, but it's gonna be interesting because I've only watched a handful of movies so far, but I've already added a few to my list as far as like new.
So the 94.
The 94 Miracle on 34th Street.
Yeah, like I said, the 47. It's like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Of all the.
So
Christmas
you said
movies,
that
so.
one, and what else one?
It's like that one and Christmas Vacation,
Okay.
and yeah,
What would you think if they tried to remake Christmas Vacation?
they shouldn't.
There's nobody at that age that's funny enough right now, though, because a lot of our greats that came in the late 90s and early 2000s are like too old to be that role. I feel like the Chevy Chase role.
Yeah.
And the
Like
new
in-
generation, the 37-year-old-ish, however old he was, there's nobody in that group that's, I'm like, yeah, they should do it. I don't know. I thought that was just an interesting thing, though. I'm like, I don't know if they will. They've been trying to redo everything else.
In recent years though, like Krampus, I really like that one a lot.
Mhm.
That's a yearly watch. Now for sure. I mean, there's some that are like recent years that have became sort of yearly watches for me, but Krampus is one within the last like decade that I'm like, that's dope. It's like its
Yeah.
own movie for sure, and it's like very Christmas. Well, on that note, I'll give you yours.
Alrighty.
Because it's kind of, I mean, it's in the vein. It's a Christmas horror film.
Oh boy.
I've been I think I mentioned it a couple times to you. You need to see it. Christmas Evil.
Yeah.
Is the name of it. It's an 80s Christmas horror film. It's a toy maker who revels in the Christmas spirit suffers a mental break when his work is met with hypocrisy and cynicism and goes on a Yuletide killing spree. So this guy basically, he's like a toy maker and he wants to literally become Santa. So he like starts making toys for children. He's going to be the town Santa. But then like the town's like, this guy's a fucking freak, and they basically like laugh at him.
Mm.
So then he decides, okay, I'm gonna trade these toys in for a fucking axe. And on Christmas Eve,
He's
he
just
goes
gonna
out
raise hell.
as Santa, and he goes out to raise some hell on the people.
It seems like a fun time, though.
Yeah, it's like, I think it might even been 1980. When did that come out? It is fun though, because it's like, it is pretty Christmas, but also just like that 80s horror, you know?
Yeah.
November 7th, 1980, yeah.
Yeah, that should be fun.
That's
Another watch from the old days, man.
So Christmas Eve, so those will be vastly different stories, both about a Santa.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. No, that'll be fun though, honestly. So yeah, we'll review those on our next solo. So that'll be a little bit from now, but we will return, review them, and
Yes.
get back to it. But in the meantime, it's time for the good, the bad, and the shits.
It is.
You wanna throw one out there?
Yeah. How did I word it? Good year. Yeah. What do you think about, like, I was just thinking this just watching sitcoms recently. What do you think about, like, cued in emotion in sitcoms or just in television shows in general where it's like, where it's like, oh. Or, you know, or like,
Are they
just,
all like that, or I thought there was like a live crowd for some of it?
I mean, there might be, but
Yeah.
even still, it's like
But
that
they
shit
definitely,
flashes
there's for sure
and it's
time
like,
to laugh.
do this.
Yeah.
They hold up something, or like, it's still cued. It's cued emotion.
Yeah.
Regardless, you know, so, I mean, it's such a thing that we're so adapted to and used to that you don't even think about it most of the time. But when you like really sit and think about it, you're like, that's kind of cheesy.
No, it is. But that is a sitcom too, you know.
Yeah.
So wait, what was the actual?
Just what do you think about the cued in like emotion in sitcoms?
Probably fair. Because it's like also a way to like make these, you know, sitcoms are historically like cheap to make, and they usually make a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're a hit. So I kind of understand like them taking that route to do it, but like there is a lot of like live audiences, or there used to be. I don't know how they do it now because there's probably not as many sitcoms either. But the sitcom was huge, and I mean even before the queued up ones, the queued in, you know, however you want to say it. I feel like there were live crowds for it, but that is still kind of like, you just gotta have that emotion during this, or like laugh, even though you might have seen it 5 times, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you know that's kind of the sitcom style too. So I would defend it in that right. Maybe to make it cheaper, or however they wouldn't want to do it. I'm not saying it's the most genuine, but like, you know, it's a show too. Yeah. So I'm going to suspend a little bit of, but it's kind of weird because you're in a sitcom, you're kind of there with the audience because they're laughing, and those are the funny parts. Although comedy is subjective. But I never had an issue with it because I understood like that was the format, you know?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me. Like I said, it's so second nature.
Yeah.
At this point that it's like, I don't even notice it most of the time. But like, if I sit there and if I do notice it, I'm always like, that's kind of funny. It's never really like, oh my god, this is bothering me. I gotta flip this off now that I'm noticing this, you know. But it's like, if I do notice it, it's almost just like. Just like a human thing. It's just kind of funny. It's like, oh, this is the part where you're supposed to react to this.
Yeah.
You know? But, yeah, I'd probably say fair, too. It's just because it's never really been a bother to me, and it's just such a known thing with sitcoms. Like, even if I were to have, like, say, if I were to make a sitcom, I would have it, too. You know, because it just feels right.
Yeah, especially if you couldn't get an audience in there or anything, and
even if you could, you'd probably still have the cued in moments.
Yeah, or like the filler, like added in additional to the audience noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Didn't know we were gonna talk about that. You want me to throw mine out there?
Yep.
I gave that the old fair. Alright, how about this? The importance of team logos. You know, you want something fucking, you know, that's gonna hit, that's gonna click, that's gonna sell. But like some teams don't give that much of a fuck about their team logo to sell the merch. They just rely on, our fans will buy it. But it's like, if your shit's legendary, like it's gonna get bought a lot more, you know?
Oh no, yeah. I mean, a team logo is a lot.
A lot of equity in those logos.
For sure, but like, yeah, sometimes it depends. He did not like that truck revving up.
No.
The truck revved up out there, and he was like cleaning himself, and he just immediately was like, just froze and looked. It's real cat behavior.
Oh yeah. He's like, huh?
What were we talking about?
Team logos.
Yeah. No, you can have a logo though, like, sometimes less is more with logos. Like like, yeah, there's definitely legendary ones, but like sometimes just like, for example, I know this is just me being biased, but like the Cowboy Star, everybody knows exactly what that is immediately. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's things where it's just like it's not necessarily original, but it is because it becomes that their brand. You know what I mean?
The Packers G is legendary too. Just
Yeah.
that symbol, everyone knows exactly what that is too. But like the New York Yankee symbol, you know,
It's pretty, or like plain too.
oh yeah,
Yeah, a lot of them are like even like. I mean, the Cubs.
that's what I thought of too.
I'll like even say it, you know, St. Louis guy, Cardinals fan, but like the Cubs logo's always been really cool, but it's like it's very original but very simple. It's like a lot of the old school kind of like logos. I feel like that are the most legendary because they've stood the test of time, but they're not necessarily the most like happening logos. You know what I mean? They're kind of like they're just what they are. But you know exactly what that is as soon as you see it. And you see people like rep those hats and those teams that don't even really care about those teams.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, oh, it's a fashion thing. I like this logo, I like this hat.
I do think how the team does brings a lot of equity to like what your logo means and what it portrays, because like a lot of times the more polarizing opinion, it's the more people that know exactly what that symbol means, you know? Because there's a lot of people that know the biggest teams' logos, like the most successful teams, but they don't know if you had somebody else on, they might not know even what sport it is, you know?
Yeah.
But you know the Yankees logo is the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
The Cowboys, you know? So it's like...
It's the same with, honestly, even like the Raiders. Their logo's so classic at this point. It's so like vintage to them.
It is.
They're like horrible
this
sick. Year.
Tampa Bay's is sick too.
Yeah. Theirs has changed over time.
It has.
But they've always had a cool logo.
Yeah, the whole thing. The flag is sick.
Yeah. And
even the Buck himself.
Yeah, the throwbacks are cool. Just the helmet and the creamsicle jerseys.
They're so sick.
I would say a logo is... I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody pretty much cares about it. Like because it really becomes the team's brand. It is what you are.
Yeah.
You know? Like... Maybe, if anything, slightly underrated, though.
Yeah, probably.
Because, yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to be, like, something shocking or impressive or anything like that. It's just, like, if it's something that's, like, noticeable and it can just be, like, stuck to you and you're this team. Oh, this makes me think of this, you know, as soon as you see it. Yeah, I'd probably go a little underrated for the logo overall. I mean, there's some really cool ones out there. There's some really legendary ones, but you've also seen some teams switch them up throughout the years. So,
well, the more identifiable your brand is, like the more important your logo becomes. You know, the more equity is like invested in that image. You know, when people think of it.
Yeah.
So. Next is yours.
All right.
Smooth transition there. Very smooth.
What? This one's a bit specific, but I figured we could talk about it for a minute. What did you think of the men's War Games match this year? It's getting a little bit of hate online.
Yeah.
I honestly enjoyed it.
I did too.
I thought like, bro, it was so stacked.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. It definitely was.
Like, there were so many
I thought the show was pretty good. Like, I didn't have any real complaints about anything, honestly.
I will agree that I did not necessarily like the ending of the match. I don't think that the hooded man was necessary. I think the Vision probably should have just won.
Yeah, that's true.
But overall, like, I think they could have probably had a little bit more weaponry.
I think the heels definitely should have won, though.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, doing that, I don't know.
Should have been some more weapons.
It almost makes you wonder.
Did that.
Are they trying to hang it in suspense, or are they trying to actually like throw us off? What are they? Some people predicted maybe they're just acting like, oh, they're gonna play it off as we don't know who it was, and then play it for months, and then Seth will like act like it was him, or something. I don't know.
They shouldn't do all that shit though, because literally Braun turned on Seth.
Yeah.
So like,
why would he? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you though. Why would they have to do that? They could have just won.
It's probably gonna be like Austin Theory.
That's what it
joining
looks like.
the Vision. And if it's Austin Theory joining the Vision, that was totally unnecessary. He could just have the Vision win that match, and then regardless of like, I don't even know. If Logan Paul is gonna stick around, then he can stay in the group. But I've heard, maybe he's gonna go away.
They could have flaunted their big win on Raw and then been like, and we're adding to our group.
Yeah, or he could have showed up sometime on Raw. Like maybe the Vision was in trouble some point, and he's like, he's the card they pull out of their back pocket. And then, there he is. He's in the group.
It might have been on. It definitely wasn't Seth, that's for sure.
Or he comes out as the hooded guy again, and he beats everybody up, and then that's when he pulls it all off. And shit. There he is. But it's like, why? They're at the War Games. At Survivor Series, one of your biggest shows of the year. The main event in this, like, very star-studded affair. It wasn't really needed. It should have just been like a clean victory.
No, for sure. And like, yeah, they're the heels, but everybody always wants to do the cheating.
I did enjoy the match, though. I did. And I know some people did not.
Yeah.
I know it got...
Some people hated just the person. They're like, oh, I ruined it!
It was like, I felt there was mixed opinion on it, because some people were like, it was my favorite match of the night, which is pretty much my opinion on it, and then some people are like, it was the worst match of the night.
I didn't think that moment ruined the match, because I thought up until then the match was actually pretty fucking good.
It was a lot of fun.
But the whole show...
I just like War Games.
And I'm not saying it was perfect, like, but it's hard to be that perfect anyway, but like, the whole show was pretty good, beginning to end. Like, I didn't really have anything, some people... They're going to have something to say. Well, I actually saw something that said John Cena is the only superstar that's competed on every PLE this year. It's like, damn. They don't have another PLE till fucking January 31st. Royal Rumble, obviously.
That's at the end of January.
Yeah, that's crazy. Last year was like February 1st.
Well,
but...
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
it's crazy they shouldn't have, that they didn't put anything in December though. I guess that makes.
Well, they left
Cena's last match, but I don't even think they had a December pay-per-view last year. Did they? Because they just.
I don't think.
They just put Survivor Series right at the end of November, so it's like.
And then the year kind of rolls around and everybody knows that people are wrapping up. So I don't feel like they want to always inject super serious storylines right as the holidays are coming around and people don't catch as much, Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But
it does, it feels like that is the case though. Because people... There's a lot going on during the holidays.
You get back in the new year, Rumble builds up, people start watching again because holidays have passed.
It's like family, football, Christmas, it's just a lot of stuff going on in December.
Yeah, I agree. Well, and if, like, we said it, as long as they have Saturday's main event in the middle of the month, essentially, it's on the 13th, but close. Then that kind of covers.
Easier to keep up now that we have Sling and it's Raw's on Netflix. I can just watch it later that day or the next day or whatever.
But I do think that kind of covers December. You know what I mean? For okay, well, and then it's kind of like, okay, we all get ingratiated into the new year and we have the build and see the build towards Rumble.
So Mania season really starts.
Yeah. So you said the men's match.
Yeah, just the men's War Games this year. Because I personally feel like it was a little underrated because it might be getting a little bit of hate. Yeah. I did not like the ending.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. I was not a big fan of that. I don't think that's the decision that should have been made. But there could even been, I think there probably should have been some more spots. Like, everybody kind of had their moment and did some cool stuff. But, there could have been some more weapons used, some more big spots, like Roman's spear to Brock through the table, like when he had Jay up for the F5. That was a cool spot. There could have been a few more things like that. Cody's crossbody from the top of the cage to Drew. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was stacked as fuck.
Yeah.
It was cool.
But
I would probably agree. I think a little underrated too. I saw some of the hate, but I didn't look into it a lot. And I mean, I thought the whole show was pretty entertaining. It was not a bad. It definitely was not. Some people are saying the WrestlePalooza thing, and I'm like, that is not true at all. It's the women's match was good. The dominant and Cena lost, and that this is actually we're gonna pretty much, in a way, directly tie this into mine. But what I was realizing was, I mean, if he's facing Dom a second time too, and he's only got 2 matches left, he's gonna likely drop it back to Dom. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to give that one an underrated. Transitioning to mine, what do you think about going out on your back, losing your last match of your career? Now, I mean, a lot of guys have done it historically, at least their initial match, and then till they came back or whatever. But Austin, Shawn, Rick, a lot of guys have lost. Taker won his last one. But it's historically the case in a lot of manners. But I don't know if it always has to be the case, but I do think the rub from established stars really comes whenever they put somebody over on their way out. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that everybody under the sun should do it, but especially the really important in history guys, that's kind of who the debate revolves around. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because everybody's not doing it. Oh, I've just been here 11 years. It's like, who the fuck? Nobody gives a fuck. But, I don't know. It is something up for debate. But going into your point, or what we were just talking about, but transitioning into Cena and his match, I thought it was actually a little clever, not to go too far off, but I thought it was actually a little clever. They acted like, oh, I'm going to hit you. And then everyone was like, she didn't even look like she hit him. Liv. And then they pulled a ruse on him, and then they fucking beat him that way. I was like, that was actually kind of cleverly done, I will say. Yeah. So it wasn't bad. And, I also expected Cena to lose.
No, and I mean, it didn't make... It made Dom and all of Judgment Day, basically. I mean, especially, Roxanne and Raquel, they looked great, dude. You sold their shit. That was cool. But, it made everybody look great, but it didn't make Cena look bad at all because literally it took everybody from the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
To get the belt back on Dom.
Yeah, it did.
So it just felt like,
He obviously wasn't going to clean beat Cena.
like, I know Liv was a big fan of Cena, and I'm sure, like, Dom was, and, like, probably Raquel and Roxanne and stuff, too. And it was just, like, it felt like a lot of these people just were a fan of his, and they're like, oh, it'd be so cool to get a chance to work with him before he's gone for good.
Yeah.
You know, and this was just a moment to kind of include everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was, yeah, he lost. And, I'm a huge Cena guy. So, like, it's not at all a bummer to me, though, that happened. Like, I actually felt like that was a pretty fun and entertaining match. I enjoyed it.
It was.
It was cool to see, like, Liv return and all that shit.
Some of these, especially, like, the 4-match cards, get over what feels like so early. And not that that's a bad thing, but
war
like,
games are like over an hour a piece, though. So that's why that was only 4.
That? I don't know. Were they that long?
I think so.
I don't know if they were an hour.
The women's was the women's is probably right around, but I think the men's was like probably a little over.
I have to look at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I didn't know how, but the show didn't go very long either. But, I mean, they had 4 matches, and I'm so glad they structure it like the Rumbles where they, like, break them up completely,
Yeah.
Because it's just more sufficient that way. Should be on the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that long, but I'll be surprised if it's
an hour. It might not be that long. Oh wow, yeah, it's the women's was longer, 41 for the women's and 40 for the men's.
Okay, yeah, that makes it more sense.
I thought it was about an hour a piece.
Well, the people came in
make the show about that long.
People came in and said, I think it was Nick that said it, because I was like, is it every 5 minutes? And he's like, yeah, I think so, and then it was every 3, because I'm like, it won't take
couple, and then it was like 3 after that.
And then it wouldn't take as long for everybody to enter in, because you don't want it to take 30 minutes for everybody to even come in the match,
Yeah.
Because then so they try to keep it, that makes a lot more sense to save roughly 20 minutes each, from an hour on each of them. But they were going to be pretty long, obviously.
But that gave, Dom and Cena almost 17 minutes, and Stephanie and Nikki like 12 and a half.
Yeah.
So.
But no, so what this means is Cena drops the belt to Dom. He loses. Even though, obviously, it was not clean. Dom's a heel. It's going to go down not particularly the way it would, but we also know Cena's coming towards the end, so it makes sense to drop the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
That being said, John Cena loses to Dom Mysterio going into Saturday night's main event, December 13th, 2025. Is he going to lose on his way out? So what do you think of going out on your back? I mean, just in general, but also it applies because we're in a situation here now.
John Cena almost always loses as a good guy. Have you noticed that? Ever since he turned back to good, he's only beat AJ. Oh no, he beat Logan at Clash in Paris.
Yeah.
So he's had a couple wins under his belt.
But yeah, I mean, as a collective, but like I said, we're in the situation now where it looks increasingly like he's probably going to lose on his way out, if I had to guess.
He didn't lose at all as a heel, though. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. He had to turn back face to lose.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's kind of wild. That's about the opposite of what usually happens.
Mm-hmm. I know we've talked about it before because you said it, I've said it, we've had discussions about it, but
I don't know, man.
I know he's one of your faves of all time.
It's gonna face him.
Yeah.
And even if maybe Cena beats him, and it's like, but Gunther's gonna whoop the hell out of him, and Cena, if I've still kind of believe Gunther beats him.
Yeah.
But Cena's going to really bring it and test him. And there's going to be for sure moments where Gunther's like, holy shit. I thought I was going to lose there.
Yeah. He'll evoke some Super Cena before it's all said and done. Give him some FUs.
And is Gunther going to show him respect afterwards, or is he just going to leave the ring?
I don't know. Probably show him respect.
He might just do the Gunther thing though, where it's like he might
make it simple,
give him like a bow or something,
or he may just shake his hand and then leave the ring.
Yeah,
make it simple. It doesn't have to be celebratory, I guess. But you got to leave him. That's the thing. If he does go out on his back, you need to leave him the ring for sure, because that image of all those fans going just absolutely ape shit and thank you Cena, that's gonna be an image for a long time to come. Like if you just leave him the ring and just fucking let the crowd do their thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not. I wouldn't be disappointed if any of this happened. We've all thought about and considered the circumstances. I would also not be disappointed if he wins his last match. However, for the likely and very possible scenario that he does lose to Gunther in his last match, I don't have an issue with it, and I'm sure that they'll work it to fucking close to perfection.
Yeah.
So I have faith in both of them.
I mean, LA Knight still could win, theoretically.
But we deal in truths.
Yeah, I don't see the matchup as much.
No.
Near as much.
No. It's got to be somebody. It's got to be one last fucking fight, man. It's got to be one last challenge.
Yeah.
It just
feels like Gunther's the guy to just take people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw him do it to old Bill, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna slap the hell out of 2 of your guys in 1 year.
And he's one of my current guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What can you do, I guess? The current era's taking out my old era.
Well, fuck that. No. We'll get to that, though, I'm sure, in due time. And in the meantime, we will be celebrating Christmas, watching those films. Make a Christmas list. Watch some movies, folks. Hope you have already. Started making them. If not, get on it.
Yeah.
But we will be reviewing
Christmas Evil.
And Miracle on 34th Street. 94.
94, yeah.
Yes,
Who was the Santa Claus in that one, by the way?
I forget his actor.
Somebody.
I would know it if somebody said it, but not off the top of my head.
No, it was like Edmund Gwynn and the 47, I think.
So we will be reviewing those on the next solo episode, which is a spectacular milestone coming up. And that'll also be our 210th episode, too. Think of it. It is gonna be
210.
wild.
Come on, I gotta know this at this point. I have to. Richard Attenborough. He's the guy that does all the freaking nature documentaries. And shit.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He's got a really, honestly, easing voice. He's very, we played that quote before Santa Slays last year, the whole, when he gives his speech and stuff.
Yeah.
And, the whole case. And he's just very, a calming, warm presence, which Santa is supposed to be. Jolly.
Yeah.
And, great guy, Santa Claus. Kris Kringle.
Oh, he's one of the best characters in history.
He is, for sure. We're pro Santa here, for sure. He's coming.
For sure.
You better shape up.
In a matter of days. You guys only
21 days. Yeah. Less than that when we release this. So, you better shape up.
You better watch out.
All right. Well, it will be one for the ages next time. And in the meantime, we got some guests coming on. We got a whole pro wrestling John Cena episode here coming up, so I'm sure we'll be getting into all the shit.
That is true.
And take care of your lists, and keep plugging away on them. How many have you put away so far?
Like 4.
Yeah, I'm about there too. Yeah, I'm on 5. I'm about to watch 5, so yeah, we're about the same. So it'll be fun. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We will see you on the next episode. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and be safe out there.